Well, listen, why don't we talk about the book for a moment?
Sure.
You got a copy of it you can pick up
Yeah.
and
This is a
show
very
us the
nice copy because all the other ones are filled with stuff that I wrote inside because I butcher books.
show the cover just if anyone wants to jump on Amazon
So
and
it's
check
the
it out or your
Goddess
website.
Method with an H after the O. And
And
I
wrote it. Did
so
you design it?
I designed the cover. Yeah, I designed it all. I designed all the images inside of it as well because I this is a very nerdy book. It's not very sexy. It's very odd that I have a sex company because I am a nerd at heart. But I love muscle biomechanics, and the entire business is built around the pelvic floor muscles react the same way as any other muscle in your body.
Mm.
So it's essentially a fitness book, but for the pelvic floor muscles of the woman. But it's a fitness book, so everything is very like anatomic, and I have training schemas, and it's just very nerdy, just complete nerd, just nerding. You see, sorry, I'll just show this because I'm obsessed
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
So the pyramid of the different skills that you can learn,
yep.
and the baseline, and then you go here and you go here, and different planes of motion, just nerdy stuff.
And that is bestseller in Canada for a
So it
while.
was the
This
best sell number one in Canada for a while. I was like
for the category.
those horny cold
Not much to
Canadians,
do in a
just
Canadian winter.
not
Yeah.
much to do, just hockey and sex. And I was like, this is great. Number one in Canada. We've been going in between the first five in the US, and I'm like, I've never been number one in the US. We're number two, number three, number six, number two, and we're just shy of number one. But it's been great. The book was a phenomenal. That was another decision that really changed the course of the business because,
Mm,
and it was another decision that I was really struggling with because I was afraid that the book would cannibalize my sales of the course
mm,
because obviously I only had the course and then I had free stuff. I had the course priced at 400 or $300, and then I had a
mhm,
bunch of free stuff, free blogs, free resources, etc., PDFs, and that was it. I didn't have any other products. And so the book was this idea of being able to reach more people with something way more affordable that basically taught you everything, but it wasn't as hand holding as a course would be. So the book, if you wanted to, if you were an absolute crazy person like I am, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners would be, you could learn everything about what we teach with the book because it
mm.
teaches you the theory. It's almost like it teaches you everything there is to know about building muscle, but it doesn't give you the exact program what to do on Monday, Tuesday. You kind of design it on your own because I teach you the biomechanics of everything. And so, and then obviously you open the book and you have a discount on the course, and it's become another really successful channel for us for the course, which was the entire, well, what was the idea? The idea was to introduce it to more people, make it more affordable, and not cannibalize the course, and it hasn't at all. It's been really great. But I think people needed something more really in depth to be like, okay, I'm ready to purchase this you know more expensive thing. That's a proper decision for most people, 300, $400.
I think that's a bit of an underrated channel because a lot of people think of a book as a product, whereas you thought of it as a product, but also as a marketing channel.
It's a it's interesting. Yeah, it's both because it's definitely a product for it's definitely a product because I wanted something that was about reach much more than
Mm,
about profit. I don't care if the book makes zero money. In fact, the book does make money, but really the bulk of the money comes from the course. So the book doesn't make us that much money. Amazon gets most of it. So and it doesn't matter. That's not really what I wanted was to reach as many people as possible for them to
mm.
know about us. Um, and it's actually really. I wrote it in like 3 months. Could you imagine how
That,
much it would take you to, to write a book?
but it would be like 3% better, and that
That's
three
true.
percent
It
would be.
would be 3% better. 100%. It
Well,
would be
it's
3%
interesting that
better.
you bring that up because I had Shana Huber on the show from My Junior a while back,
Yes.
and one of the things that she did is write a book.
Oh yes.
And what's really interesting about that as a marketing channel slash products kind of combined, um, the audience on Amazon is enormous,
Huge.
and you're in a space where marketing, some channels are just really, really, really difficult. You can't run ads on Amazon direct to your
No,
course.
no, I can't even run ads
Not
for the
an,
book. Nope.
but what you can do is create a book, stick it up on Amazon. Amazon drives traffic to it. You get sales from that. You generate revenue from that, and trickle of that traffic then goes through, finds out about the rest of you, looks up, goes to your website, and buys your course. I think for a lot of SaaS founders, they don't look at the idea of a book or even like an informational product as like a layering between their free content and their recurring revenue software product. And thankfully that's changing a little bit too. Like there was a time when, especially in a lot of the sort of Silicon Valley centric thought bubble
Yes.
stuff, is like you build your product and you focus on your product and you keep on growing your product and you ignore distractions. And that's fine if you've raised millions and millions of dollars in VC money. But if you're from everywhere outside of Silicon Valley, you can't say we raised a $9 million pre-seed round. It just doesn't happen.
Not that money flying around Buenos Aires as you would think.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe there is for all we know. But the interesting thing about the idea, so your funnel, like we'll unpack this in a moment. But I've talked to, I think the very first episode I did, if you look it up, was with Andy Allen from Hike, and he was mentioning like had the SaaS business. They started an agency to like a service business to help onboard customers and help them use the software and become more successful. But then they got so caught up in delivering the service, growth slowed down on the software side of things. And they said, whoa, hang on. So the journey that they went on was to find, I'll stick a card up there somewhere, but the journey that they went on was to find the perfect shade of gray. Like it's not black and it's not white. It's not a service business or a SaaS business. It is service, software with a service. And he wanted to figure out like how much service do we offer and where do we stop offering that service. But for him, it was like retention was a big thing, because if we can just get people using it and get people to have some success with it, we don't need to keep on delivering the service for them forever. We just need to get them over that hump, and then our retention rates shoot way up. So that was like the perfect shade of gray for him. For you, the perfect shade of gray was, we've got the course, we've got a bunch of free content, but we need something to bridge that gap. We need something cheap, something that's pretty low priced, but still affordable. But it's not zero. Like they're still paying some amount of money to get some content. And
a big question that I had is, well, what's the point? What would be the point for if the book is really valuable, and I want it to be very valuable because there's no point in doing it otherwise? What would be their point on buying the course? Why would they buy the course if the book has everything? And that was a huge decision again. Why would I make it super valuable? Should I just maybe give them like 3 exercises? And eventually I was like, you know what? No, screw that. I'll just do it. I'll do it so that anyone could learn absolutely everything just from the book. And I think I am very easily influenced by the stuff that I consume. And so I remember I was looking at a series of videos on like how much should I give away for free, because the book essentially it's very cheap. It's like $20 or $10.
yeah,
So I was like, how much can I give away? And this girl was fantastic. She was a marketer, and she was talking about people will always pay for structure, for access to you, and for a community. And so I was like, oh, wow. And I started thinking about my own sort of purchasing habits and the stuff that I buy and the brands that I'm very much a loyal customer to. And I was like, oh, wow. So for this fitness program, I bought their book, but I'm also part of their program and I'm also part of their coaching. Why? Because I have the book. So why would I? And then I started thinking about this stuff and I'm like, yeah, but the book is great if I'm on vacation. I just want to just browse through the book. But the course is very well set up if I ever want a visual, and the community is great because I have access to him and I can ask him always. So then it kind of started clicking and I'm like, you know what? Yes, it can be one product on their own, but I can also see people buying everything as well. And those people, those are my super mega loyal customers. And we had a bunch of those. And they're like, I love the book and I love the course and I love them for different reasons. And I love having both of them. And if she keeps putting out different stuff, I will buy it. So I'm like, that's brilliant.
Hey, it's Ryan here. If you like that video, please click the like and subscribe button somewhere down there and check out the full interview right over here. Go on, click it. You know you want to.